Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Friday. It's going to be a non-typical show. Kind of screwed Steven tonight. Told him there was going to be no show tonight. Tonight is actually Jen's birthday, but actually we, I guess, finished up a little early. She told me to go do the show. But of course, I couldn't get hold of Steven, so I'm going to make this more of a question and answer show, I suppose. I'll do a quick shout out to everyone in the chat here. We have Mike D, we have Hobby Hands, Mad Asterix Gaming, Jeff D, the Intellivision Gamer, hello. Game Dad is here as well. How you doing? Triumph or Die, Sean. Of course, Adam, as always, is here. Andy's Game Room. Carl O, as always. Jason, our homegrown AI. Thanks for being here, Jason. Again, we have Andy's Game Room. I think we got everyone here. We have Mary Sherlock Parker from Florida. Mary Sherlock, how are you doing from Florida? Rotundo, I'll never get his name right ever. He's here today, and Zero Redux. So again, we were going to do a show tonight, but it's Jen's birthday, so I kind of didn't really plan anything, so I didn't think we were going to do the show. But Upkiss is here, and John's here as well. And I told Steven no show tonight. I was going to post with no show, but Jen says, nope, do the show. Kongs are us here as well. So I'm going to consider tonight a question and answer show. I'll try and answer any questions you guys put in the chat, and then we'll do that tonight. So it is Friday. I'm actually off this coming week, trying to get some stuff done around the house. Game Fridge is here as well. How you doing, buddy? I keep looking down because I can't see my chat window over there, so I'm using the old cell phone to look at the chat because Glenn's Retro Show is also the cheap-ass gaming show. Just doing the best that I can. Let's see what we got here. So, fortunately, I guess my iArcade control panel has been getting out there, and the Akari Warrior Stick is supposed to be going out there, but some people got the II Arcade Stick instead of their Akari Warrior Stick. So we're trying to fix that. Trump for Die sent me a super chat here. Why do the gate switches and trackball have to be lit 24/7? So Trump for Die is talking about the II Arcade. When you install my control panel, we have a illuminated trackball and a button there for the 4 or 8-way, and they are lit up the whole time. Basically, that's because the II arcade never actually turns off. It goes into standby mode, but it leaves the USB ports hot. So because the USB ports are left hot, my trackball and our LED for the gate switch will be illuminated. The only way to do that is what I do on my machine. My iArcade or iArcade, however you want to say it. I actually have a power strip on one, or I have a Wemo, which is a electronic on-off switch. And when I'm done playing it, I actually turn it off versus leaving on standby mode. Now, there's good and bad reasons for that, I suppose. By make sure it's actually powered off, you're not charging the capacitors. There's no chance of it being hurt by an electrical shock or something like that, or electric storm. But obviously, you do have to turn the machine off. So that's just a design of the II arcade, not actually shutting down power to the USB ports. Now, I don't know if that's something that maybe Mr. Encoder could go into the kernel and adjust that to where the when the unit's in standby mode, actually turns off power to those USB ports. But unfortunately, the only way to make sure the LEDs go off is to actually power off your II arcade. Now, I suppose we could have put a switch in there, to do that ourselves. But again, that would have added more to the cost. We're trying to get this as low cost as possible. And unfortunately, the LEDs will be on during that time. So I am sorry if that bothers people. I personally like leaving it on. I usually keep my marquees lit up on my machines, and I have them on there. But I guess something we really didn't think about at the time was more about getting the controls out there and making sure we got as low a cost as possible. Thor, welcome, buddy. Jason, let's see what he's got right here. Can you use one of those USB backfeed power blockers? Jason's asking, basically, let me pull it up here. I keep forgetting I have my thing over here. It's hard doing everything by yourself, Let's see if I can get this thing going here. Lots of different windows going on here. Where is it? Go here. Trying to fix some of my chat information here. Let's go over here. Let's see if this works. Come on. As Scotty would say in Star Trek, come on, computer. Here we go. Boom. So Jason is asking, can you use one of those USB backfeed power blockers like the Arcade Legends Ultimate has available to not continue to power the bit LCD when turned off? I would say most likely yes. I haven't seen that one, but I don't see why that would not work, to be quite honest. What's this thing doing over here? Move this over here. Boom. So I suppose possibly. So Pliskin's run. Where is Steve? I kind of screwed Steve tonight. We had a show planned, but today is Jen's birthday, so I kind of said we'll probably should cancel the show. Jen said, "Don't cancel the show. Do the show." We went out. She had dinner. We had a cake for her, and I ran back home to do the show, but I couldn't get hold of Steven to say the show's still on. So today won't be a Kickin' Old School episode. It's just gonna be a question and answer session. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me about, well, pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be related to my products. Well, my opinions on anything in specific, we could talk about it. But unfortunately, I couldn't get hold of Steven to say, hey, the show was actually still on. So I'm sure I'll hear tomorrow morning from Steven saying, you did the show without me, bro? So, oh, goodness. And my chat window on my machine keeps freezing up here. So I'm trying to get it going and working. Let's see if I can get this going again. I assume everything, you guys can hear me okay. You can see everything okay. That's just my guess and my hope. Let's see here. Copy this. Bloop. Bloop. And hopefully this thing works now. My computer is also like incredibly low on hard drive space, so it's giving me I think it's giving me a little fit here. You know what? He could be. Maybe that's why he didn't answer the phone. And yeah, so Black Friday sales did start at New Wave Toys. They have some of their items on a really good sale. So if you guys are interested in any of the replicades, which why would you not be? They're pretty awesome. Go over to New Wave Toys and pick them up. I know the Missile Command I think was like $89, which is a friggin' bargain. Friggin' bargain. So Game Fridge is asking, he missed out on the pre-order for the II arcade deck. Will there be a sale on them again? I'm going to say, we're shipping out. Actually, we had 600. I'm not joking. we had 666 units made. And I thought that was kind of funny because the original Apple One motherboard was sold for $666. And of course, the 666 is also kind of a, um, you know, not a good number, I suppose. But outside of that, we don't have many outside of that left. We had to send out some to developers because we want people to use the Viper and make things for the iArcade with the control panel. So I don't have a lot of those left. So we probably will have another pre-order, maybe for like a round 2 for the iArcade for people who want to have it. We probably still have to get about 500 pre-orders to actually initiate it. But I also have other plans for the iArcade control panel in a larger scope than the iArcade. So I will say most likely yes, we will. I don't know exactly right now when that will be. Right now we're focusing on getting the Viper SBC done, and we have a couple of different programs and emulators and teams working on the the emulator, like Batacera and other items, Arcade, R-Cade, and a couple of the people working to squeeze the most juice out of the can out of the Viper, because the Viper does use an RK3566, where like RetroPie normally uses the Raspberry Pi, so it's not optimized for our GPU. So people doing things along those lines. And let's see if I have anything else over here that I missed. Do do do. Trump or Die had a super chat, so I want to thank you for the super chat. I would like to customize my buttons and the bat top bolt tops. As you know, I swapped my buttons with no problem, but your bat top bolt tops can then be swapped for a different colored one. Will they ever offer more colors? Well, like I say, right now it is only a bolt top or black top, bolt top or bat top in black or red. We did, when we came out with the GRS spinner for the original At Games Asteroids, people asked for different colors, and we did a red, we did a blue, and we had the silver and a black, and we made a bunch of them, and a lot of them really didn't sell. People say they wanted it, but then no one bought it. So I don't know if we'll actually make different colored bat tops or bolt tops, but maybe we can find a way to get maybe other people's to work. I'm not saying it's a total no, but it's an expense to make the other colors. If you don't have enough people buying them, it just sits in the warehouse, and that costs us money. So I really don't know if we will be making other colors right now, but I'm not saying no. And I'll say Jongs, anything is possible. I don't have to pay him a royalty anymore. Anything's possible. But Trump and I, thank you very much for the super chat. And again, we're still doing so many things right now. We got to get the GRS Sinden boomstick shotgun. We got to get that coming out. We have to get the Viper coming out. There's a couple other things I can't talk about just yet that we're working on behind the scenes. So we're very busy right now. And of course, also the end of the year, the Chinese New Year will come in, and then they're going to stop building things. We're trying to get ahead of the curve, make sure we get these things out the door. I got AWOL 101 asking me if the Viper board pre-order will be soon, and it will be. I'm not sure exactly when it will be, but the Viper itself is done. Viper itself is done. Hardware works, not a problem. We want to make sure the software side, Batacera, Arcade, it's actually R-Cade, and other emulators are being worked on, work well enough. And not only that, but there are obviously ROM teams, people make builds, Raspberry Pi builds. They want to make it for the Viper as well, but the way the Viper was designed initially, the way we had originally designed it, was for the Build-A-Cade. And that would have been more of the people loading on games that they wanted to put on an individual basis. It wasn't really set up for like a mass USB or external hard drive type of things. So we have to make some changes to the back end, and we are working feverishly on that. But again, we're listening to the developers, we're listening to the community. So it may be a little delayed because we're trying to incorporate everything that people are requesting for the Viper. But I think at the end, it'll be a much better product. And again, when you get it in your hands, it won't be something that you get and it kind of disappoints. You want it to be something you put in and are excited about. And that the Viper Mark 1 will be the beginning with the Viper, then the Viper Venom, and then the other ones coming down the pipeline. And by Viper Venom, I'm talking about the Viper. You can modify and upgrade the CPU and the RAM. Those will be different daughter boards that'll be going on there. And if I miss something in the chat, you may have to just post it again because I'm, again, looking at my phone. Hell of a night, hell of a week. But let me see what I got in here. Hopefully I did answer your question, Trump or Die, and I do appreciate your super chat. And AWOL Hope 101 hopefully answered your question properly. The Missile Command is going for, I guess, $99. Thor KC is saying over at New Wave Toys. Again, if you guys haven't purchased anything from New Wave Toys, this would be a great time to get in at a low price. And the stuff there is really, really good. I mean, it's really good. So I think anyone who buys from New Wave Toys will be very happy. And again, if you can get something for a little bit cheaper than normal, better for it. I have to admit, I am excited right now to get a Numbskull Space Invaders Part 2. The Space Invader Part 2 just, I guess, got released in England, so it'll take probably a little time for me to get it, but I did get my coin. So I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Numbskull for when they send that out to me. I'm really excited. I love Space Invaders, and to make this one have the mirror effect in a beautiful cabinet like that, I can't wait to see it. I'm just trying to go through the super chat again, here again. Messiah Game is asking, when is my mount coming out? And he's talking about the GRS Star Wars yoke, small mount. And actually, I'll talk to my team. Honestly, it should actually be up on the website now. So it's not there. So I'll reach out this weekend and see if we can get that Messiah posted up on the website. Sorry, a little goofy tonight. And Rotundo, which I'll never get your name right. I'm so sorry, my friend. Any word to anyone supporting deck skins? And yes, if you go into the IRI arcade groups, there are 3 different teams, at least 3 different teams, making artwork for it. Some will be just a vinyl overlay. Other people are making the reverse printed acrylic, which I think would be really, really nice. Joe Sabo did a lot of reverse printing for my Build-A-Cade. He did reverse printing for my At Games Legends Ultimate. It's really nice. It's going to add a little bit of thickness to it, but they're awesome. So just go check out the iArcade groups, both the mod page and the fan page. And there's people in there posting right now artwork that's being worked on. They have some pretty nice ones. They're building out there too, so it look really, really cool. What else we got right here? Make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, Video Game Vegas, man, my friend, how are you doing tonight? Hello, Glenn. My GRS control panel is on the way. Are the bat tops removable so I can customize ones? So yes. So the ball top and bat top are removable, but it is a custom base because we made our joystick removable in case people want to pull it out to use the spinners. So question was asked before. Right now, we're only going to have them in black and the red. I'm not saying we're not going to do other colors at all, but maybe other third parties will make them available. But for right now, we're only concentrating on the black and the red tops right now on the arcade control panel there. What do we got right here? Let's see. So Game Fridge is asking, do you need the iArcade deck to use Viper? Absolutely not. The Viper is basically a Raspberry Pi, but instead of using the chip that it uses, use the RK3566 and will be upgradable. It's designed to go in the GRS Build-A-Cade. And Steven said, I just got a ping from Steven. Hold on one second here. He said he's here now. Maybe we can get him in the show. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can pull him in. I don't see him here in the. Maybe he's not here. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. So the Viper does not need the iArcade. Of course, the iArcade is GRS control panel is designed to incorporate the Viper, plug and play, be able to swap between the two. But the Viper is going to be used in the Build-A-Cade. It's going to be used in the iArcade. We have other projects, other companies that we'll be partnering with that'll be using Viper for their computer in their project, whether it be a full size, quarter size, 10 times size type of machine. So I'm envisioning. I'll tell you, this is just me talking right now. So don't hold me to this. But like the Viper, perhaps like in the Akari Warrior stick, incorporating a Viper inside that, so you could plug your stick right in. Maybe it costs $120, something like that. Again, don't hold me to it. And you can play those games, spinner games, with the lock gates right in there. So these are things that we can do with the Viper at the price point that we're shooting for, which is about $40, and performance that's better than what's in the At Games current machine. That's better in the iArcade machine. Let's see. Oh, Steven, looks like Steven's going to be trying to jump in here. So let me see if I can get Steven in here, guys, if we can have a little more of the show here. I feel bad that I kind of screwed Steven, but let's see if we can get him in the show. Let's see if we can get Steven in the show here. So we're a little dark here at the moment. I got to find him in here. And let's see. Make sure you can actually see and hear me too. Like so. Hopefully he can see and hear. But I got to add him to the show. Let's see if this brings him in. There he is. Steven, let's see if we can hear you. I can't hear you. Are you muted? Can't hear you, Steven.
Now?
Yes, now I can hear you. There we go. There we go.
You told me no show tonight. That's why I didn't show up.
I did. Listen, I already told everyone, listen, it was, I did Steven dirty tonight. I did Steven dirty. I did. Totally did him dirty tonight.
Himself, I'm like, what the hell is this, mutiny?
So I apologize. So I got home early enough. Jan says, make sure you get on the show.
You did try calling, but I was watching a movie called The Creator.
That's
with the AI robots and stuff.
Oh yeah. It was okay.
I liked it.
It was okay.
It was all right. It was all right.
That was the one with the kid robot, right? The kid Messiah robot.
Right.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. I liked it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Let's just say that.
Actually, it was worse than I thought it was going to be. It kind of got hyped up in my head a little bit.
Oh well, I had zero expectations. So
no, it'd be better. So Steve,
what are we talking about tonight?
Okay, so again, since this kind of happened the way it is, I made this kind of a QA session. Just asking anyone in the chat have any questions they want to ask. They are free to do so.
Like towards us and like what kind of
anything they want. They could talk about when we have breakfast,
no.
or a few people thought you were on the toilet. What kind of toilet paper you use? Tonight's anything goes. Anything goes.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm trying to go through the chat real quick, and if you see anything you want to answer upon, please feel free.
Let me get all set up here because last minute.
So I'm hamming that. See, a lot of people are getting their decks coming for the iArcade. I'm really happy about that. So far, everything is installed well. No one's had any real issues.
I'm not sure if you talked about it, but the Atari 2600 Plus got put out there.
It did. I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of people have it, and I'm gonna say right now, I am not gonna buy one. Definitely not right now. If it goes on
sale,
they've
been sending a whole bunch of YouTubers a bunch of packages.
Yep.
Maybe you'll get one in the mail.
I'm gonna be honest.
Not,
I'm not super excited about it for a number of reasons for the Atari 2600 Plus. One, you can't use a multi-card or flash card on it. So that I've already got other ways and real machines I can play it on.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But the thing that really gets under my skin, and it gets under my skin, they used a 4-port light Atari 2600. If you're going to go and make this little machine, it should have been a heavy 6er mini. It still could have been the same size it did now, but it should have been the heavy 6er design, not the 4-port. The 4-point to me,
and they should have made multi-cards work. They were able to get a bunch of other stuff working.
Well, you know what the good thing is, it's firmware upgradable, so maybe they can fix it. But they can't fix the design.
Kind of nice if they did.
It's still a 4-port, and I don't.
That part doesn't bother me as much as the compatibility that bothers me the most. You know what I mean? Like the multi-cart not being compatible, because at this point in time, most people bought one.
Right.
But apparently there's a big. It's highly compatible. So.
Well, it's firmware upgradable.
I don't know why my video quality is all.
You're a little wonky. You're a little wonky. But like I said, for me,
I don't know why.
When the 2600 Plus goes on sale, I might revisit it. But as of right now, I'm not interested in buying a 4-port.
It'll be a bargain bin.
Yeah, it's at some point it will, and I'll look at it then. I did see a question in here. Let's see who I just saw. Where did it go? Ralph Thomas was asking about the boomstick. So the boomstick, we're waiting for parts from Sinden. I'm pretty sure. Again, don't hold me to a cross. But I believe in December we will open up pre-orders for the boomstick. It may slip into January again. It just depends on.
Is it going to be called the boomstick?
It is not. No,
it's a street name at this point.
It's a street name. It's a GRS Sinden shotgun.
It's got to be called the GRS boomstick.
But the boomstick is still there. So
we'll call it a street name for now.
Yeah, I mean we tried to get that out earlier. but we had a big problem with getting the Syndic technology brought into China to work on it without paying all these fees to bring it in the country. So we had to go through a whole bunch of steps, and it took a really long time, and that's kind of where we're at now. But
Mm.
pre-orders for the Viper and the Boomstick, December, January timeframe. To be completely honest with those guys.
Are we wrapping up at 9 like
Yes.
normal since I came in late or
Yep.
whatever?
Zip. Zip.
I
Just
deserve my hour, damn it.
let's see what else we got here. Name it the Boomstick. Maybe we will. It's still not a. It still hasn't been officially released yet, but we'll have to see.
Boomstick will sell, fly off the shelves.
Now, I did see back to the 2600 plus that Greg's Game Room,
A whole bunch of people
John
got them.
Hancock,
Yeah.
what's his name over in England, the big Amiga guy in England,
Oh, Dan Wood.
Dan Wood. I see they all got it.
I did see his package. They got the nice package.
Oh, I don't need to look at his package, but I was talking about the 2600.
Well, the marketing package. We'll
Okay, there we go.
clarify that.
Okay.
The marketing package.
So
it does look interesting, but in the end, there's a guy that had both, and he went like, "Look, I turn on the 2600 instant on, and then the other one boots up and then tells you your game's incompatible or compatible." You know what I mean? Like,
right.
there's a few. I mean, you know, it's we'll say there's a delay when you turn it on. The emulation kicks in
Well,
or
and that's
whatever,
actually
right?
fine. I have no problem with the software aspect of it because you have the Retron 77. There's the at games. I actually like the at games one a little bit better because at least that
Okay.
looks more true to a heavy sixer. And even the mini, was it the tiny 2600 with the little TV set that's like
Yeah.
that big? I'm not a fan if you're going to build a classic recreation for the fans and you build a light sixer. I mean, a light four switch. I'm just not a fan of that. To me, you're missing the mark. That's like
The
the
heavy sixer, I
PlayStation.
think, is the classic.
Yeah,
It's the iconic one.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
right.
it's I wonder if the
The
joysticks are
Sunnyvale.
all
It should have been the
compatible.
Sunnyvale, California unit. That's what they should have made.
Is the controllers all backwards compatible, like with an original
I'm
unit?
understanding
I
that
don't
they
know.
are, and everyone has said that they hit the mark on the controllers. Very comfortable, very good, which is good.
Original or
Which is good.
whatever.
The
Well,
at
because
games
it's not like
one.
the ColecoVision flashback, if you
No,
recall, the controllers didn't work with an original
no,
ColecoVision, and that was
no.
all
But
kinds of
the
stupid.
2600 ones did, but the 2600 ones from that games were a little on the flimsy
Mm,
side. A little on the flimsy side.
yeah, yeah. Well, it seems like they're backwards compatible from what I heard from different YouTube. Holy crap! Am I ever pixelated tonight? Eh? Holy
You
crap!
are, man. I got another question here from Video Game Vegas. Again, always great to hear from Video Game Vegas.
Let
Any
me see if I can just
possibility
switch the
of
video over here a
version
second.
2, Glenn's Sinden light gun fashioned after classic Star Trek phaser pistol? Well, I don't know about that, but we will be making other designs for our technology to go into, other than the shotgun. The shotgun is just the first one because we want to cater right now to the people who bought the big buck hunter. I think it's a little bit better, Steven. You look a little bit
I
better.
don't know. We'll see. It's
But
pixelated on my screen, but it may show up pretty good on the thing. Oh yeah, it looks a bit better. I
good.
just had to reset it.
But right now, we just want to get our gun out so people can enjoy the Sinden shotgun, and then we'll take it from there. On top of that, what
Everybody
else?
likes the boomstick idea, of
Well, it's
course.
not a bad name. I mean, especially if you
I think
like
it's catchy and it's awesome. I think
what was
you
it?
know.
The Evil Dead. Wasn't that what it was called? The Boomstick.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's Evil Dead or Army of Darkness
Right. Right.
with Bruce Campbell, and he bought his boomstick at not Walmart, but whatever the mart was called in the show in the movie. I forget what it is. Pretty funny stuff. So
So I don't
that's
know.
cool.
So since I'm still waiting for some chat questions, I did watch episode 1 and 2 of Invincible. Season
Oh
2 is
yeah,
out.
very good,
If you haven't
very
watched it
good.
yet, so
I've watched it.
it's season 1 for me is still better right now. We're only 2 episodes in. But they're doing the same thing that we're getting tired of, multiverse. They're all into the
Yeah, I
multiverse.
find the multiverse. It's cool to some level to backtrack all the different versions of movies and things like that. But I think with using a multiverse for a comp out, I think that's kind of, I won't say wrong because not me to judge, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, S Mart, that's what it is. It was the boomstick from S Mart,
Right.
not Kmart, S Mart.
It's smart. I just saw
Yeah,
a
so
I just saw a chat from Goofyfoot says, just a heads up, don't remove the rubber hole caps on the Glens deck. So on the iArcade, there are 3 mounting points in the front and 2 on the side. We have rubber grommets on it for right now. When we release accessories, it will include the screw-in parts that will go in there to let you mount and unmount it. But for right now, trying to make it look, nice for people right now, so we just put in plastic rubber caps over those holes. But rest assured that when we do come out with enhancement products like maybe a steering wheel, Star Wars yoke, things along those lines, they will come with pieces that go in those spots. So it'll be a screw-in part, right? Metal. So it'll go in fine. What else did I watch recently? Oh, I've been for some reason I'm back at the Dungeons and Dragons, the
the last one.
1982, from 82, the
Oh,
animated.
okay, the 82. Okay,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
watching
Did
a
you see
lot of
that
that.
last one they made from with
Requiem.
the guy from Star Trek? From Star Trek?
Oh no, that was the
Uh,
movie, the live action. Yes, it was
yeah,
good.
yeah. Did you watch that?
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't mind it. I didn't
Comparable
mind it.
to
I
the
thought it was
comparable to
just
the other ones they
forgettable.
made, it was. But compared to the other ones, at least this one was a good watch. I'll put it over Warcraft, World of Warcraft, that just leaves me with a cliffhanger with a
Pliskin's
baby.
run's not gonna like you a whole
No,
bunch.
but you
He's
know
the
what?
one that's been. Was it Pliskin that's been
It was. You
bugging
know
you
what?
for
And I deserve it because
weeks?
Plisson was asking me for months to watch this, so I
Oh
deserve
yeah,
the
since
punishment.
episode 10 or something,
Yes,
and we're up
yes.
to 90 or 80
So, and
something or
Pliskin
whatever.
runs the fence. I deserve it, but man, I hate when that happens when you get into something. Oh, this is pretty good. To find out it's at a cliffhanger and you're never going to see an ending. Look at the animated
I
Dungeons
think
and
they wanted
Dragons.
to
It
make
took
more
40,
movies
almost
of that.
40 years to get Requiem released
Yeah,
for the cartoon.
it's I don't know. What else that I've seen this week? Uh, my wife and I went back and started watching Star Trek Next Generation
Okay, is that like
and
4K? You watching the 4K release?
the Blu-ray
Isn't it the Blu-ray 4K or no?
1080p, which is
Yeah,
fine.
you got to watch the
No,
4K.
no, the quality is better than I remember it. Let's just say
Okay,
that.
okay.
The so it's fine. I've been trying to see if I can watch Voyager somewhere, but I can't seem to track it down.
Star
Paramount, I
Trek
guess,
Star Trek
usually the
Voyager?
place.
You can't find it anywhere?
Yeah, yeah. So it's probably on Paramount Plus or something. So I don't know.
I'll tell you, Star
So
and Trump or Die is agreeing with you. Star Trek: The Next Generation is great. I have to admit, like the first season, I watched it because I
it's
was
a little it's a little hard to watch the
it
first
was,
season.
but I'm still a Kirk. I'll always be Kirk. Will still be my boy. I mean, I like Picard. I know a lot of people prefer Picard over Kirk, but I'm a classic Trek guy. I like
Yeah,
Kirk
you
and
know
those
what?
guys.
I like Kirk only in the movies, not in the series. It's kind of
Really,
weird
most people say the
for
opposite.
me. Yeah, I prefer Kirk. I thought his acting was better in the movies, more polished than forced, it seemed, in the television series. It didn't help with the bad costumes and stuff
Or
like
or
that,
this
but,
like,
you know.
uh, 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 uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh.
exactly. By golly, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer, whatever.
Boom,
He'd say that every other episode or
boom.
whatever.
You gotta save him,
Bones.
Bones.
Captain's log, start date.
Captain,
Yeah,
I
whatever.
can't change the laws of physics. I've got to have
Well,
30
that's the thing.
minutes.
So, uh, I prefer movie um, Captain Kirk than the series. It's kind of
Okay,
odd.
we can
Picard, I
respectably.
liked him
It's
across
I
the
like him.
board. You know,
I
I didn't
prefer him
like
in
Janeway
classic.
that much. I like Voyager, but I don't like Captain Janeway. It's not because he's a girl. She's a he's a girl. Exactly my point.
Did you
She was
wait?
very
Did you just assign Genway a gender? Did you
yeah.
just assign a gender? How do you know she actually
Her,
said she's a female?
well, she sounds like a guy because her voice is so deep. She's a
Listen,
great
on this
actress and
show,
everything. I just like,
on this
you know.
show, we're not going to assign anyone's gender. Okay, you assign your own gender, right?
Yeah, we don't have no business with that. So, but yeah, Voyager. I like the theme song a lot. I think that's the best part of the whole series is the theme song. I'm not a big Trekkie guy. I prefer Star Wars, but
See,
Star
I'm
Trek I
different.
don't mind.
I like Star Wars. I will take Star Trek over Star Wars, mainly because there's like a gajillion Star Trek episodes, and most of them are entertaining. Star
Yes,
Wars
I
has got
agree.
friggin' 9 I'm sorry,
It's slim
6
pickings.
films 6
It's
films,
slim pickings.
and right, you gotta really pick and choose your shows
It
in
is.
there.
It's totally slim pickings with
Right.
Star Wars. It's unfortunate. I wish that were different, but I think Star Wars probably needs to go take a page out of the Star Trek book to see what succeeds.
Well, as
Like Star
long as they're
Trek,
talking about old Star Trek, not the J.J. Abrams trash Trek.
well, whatever, but I'm talking about how they've done. Like, I'll give you an example. When Star Trek Next Generation came out, the movies had hit, the
Yes,
original series had hit,
yes.
but they came out with this new series that was very successful. There was no Kirk, there was no Spock, there was none of that in there, and it still succeeded. Star Wars can learn a thing or two from that. You don't need Luke Skywalker, you don't need Chewbacca, you don't need Princess Leia to do Star Wars stuff, you know? So basically, yeah, in the end, you know, it is what it is in the end, right? So I don't know. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be at World of Commodore in Toronto. So if you guys are in Toronto, come and see us. Well, not Glenn won't be there unless he decides at the last
Yeah.
minute to jump on a
I will
plane.
not I will not be there.
So World of
Tell you now.
Commodore, it's in Mississauga. Go to tpug.ca, little plug, to go check out the details. So it's on December 2nd and 3rd in Toronto, in Mississauga particularly. So it's, yeah, go check it out. So
Oh, Steven,
what? Yes.
Jeff, said, "Put a chick in it and make her gay. Make it suck."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Those are my favorite 3 lines for the next 5 years. Honest to God.
If people
Put
don't
a
know that
chick in it. Make
reference
it more gay.
if people don't know
Make
that
it suck.
reference, that was
Uh,
Cartman in the Pandaverse, which was, a really funny, Kathleen Kennedy, uh, totally true story. Totally true story.
but sir, it's Bambi. I don't care.
Put a chick in it. Make her gay. Make it suck.
But sir, it's Bambi. That's the best. That's the best scene right there. They were filming Bambi or something, and
All
then it
right.
comes along
So
and just
Steven,
starts saying,
let's go do this now because we're just gonna, this show is just a pandemonium. So you're gonna take Janeway or Cisco in the chat as well. Put a 0 for
if I had to
Janeway,
choose.
a 1 for Cisco. What are you gonna
So
pick?
Cisco was from Deep Space Nine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. If I had to choose, you know what? I can't choose because I didn't really watch Deep Space Nine that much. I thought it was like Days of Our Lives in space more than
Well,
anything
they
else.
stole Babylon 5's script. It's just a fact they did that. But and
Oh,
the chat's like right down the middle.
you didn't do a poll on the thing, did
I
you?
didn't because I told we're going Wild West today, man. We are just going
We're
balls
always
in.
Wild West. Why
Well,
is
now
today any
it's more
different?
so.
Today,
So
particularly, like, well, we're not doing a
I'm going to
show, and
say
next thing you know, there's a show. Like,
right now, Cisco. Oh, Pliskin passed on both, but I think Cisco is just a smidgen ahead over it. And I enjoyed all of them. I liked the last couple of seasons of Deep Space Nine because they really got into the models and the ships of the Dominion and battles. It got dark. Star Trek kind of got dark, but in a good way. The
hmm.
character was decent to begin with, but he just had
I
enough, and
think
he
I
was like
watched the
losing
first
it.
season of Deep Space Nine, and that was it. I didn't watch the rest of it. I just knew that the other captain was not really a captain. He was just in charge of that non-mobile platform, I guess we'll call it.
Right, right.
The restaurant in space, I called it when I was a kid. It was just like this international space station that people came and went, and he was the captain of that. I think Otto, was it Otto, the guy that morphed? Was
Yes,
he? I enjoyed that character.
yes, and
I
actually,
thought
the
it was kind of.
show kind of really towards the end was really based on the changelings and his people and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Real quick, first of all, my Twidget is acting all nutsy here. There was a couple
Wild West,
questions.
man.
A couple of questions apparently I missed. Hold on
Hmm.
1 second here.
Well, Hobby Hands had a super chat there, in case you missed it.
Why is my Twidget twitching?
No idea.
Widget, where'd you go, Widget? What's the super
The
chat?
new quantum lead is the super chats by Hobby Hands, $5. If you have not watched Star Trek Continues fan series on YouTube, it's a must. Amazing, as close to the original as you can get. I'll have to check that out.
I have not watched that myself.
How
Maybe I'll
old
give it a
is that?
maybe it's new. Maybe a year, 2 years. It's a new series.
So it's a bunch of people that just made Star Trek Continue from the original series,
Oh, I'm sorry.
or
He's talking about Star Trek Continues or Star Trek Prodigy. Maybe I misunderstood
no?
you.
It's Star Trek Continues fan series. It's
Yes,
I think it's a bunch of
it's
guys or
excellent,
people that
excellent series. Definitely got to watch it. Of course, they were better than what Paramount was putting out. So
really.
that's when this whole thing came of. They sued them and said you can only do 15 minutes versus a whole hour episodes, and they kind of killed it. But they even got
Hey, idiots!
actors. Walter
You
Koenig
give
was
them
on there.
money. You give them money and you say, "Here, come and
Nope.
produce it, and we'll put it on a
They wanted
streaming service."
their STD. They wanted their sexually transmitted
Uh,
disease show, and they killed it. But
idiots.
it's on YouTube. Star Trek Continues and Star Trek The New Voyages. It's the same people, but very well done. They brought back the Doomsday Machine. They brought back a couple of
Well,
characters from the original series, including, like I said, uh, Sulu was in there. Uh,
P
Chekhov
Dubs
was in
doesn't
there.
like Deep Space Nine, by the way.
He doesn't.
No, Deep Space Nine sucked.
Well, it was a Babylon 5
I didn't say
ripoff.
it sucked. I never really, it never hooked me in, I guess is the best way to put it.
Real
So
quick too, not to jump the shark, but I guess I missed a couple of chats that I was flagged on. One was Glenn. A quick question: have all the Ultimate Arcade Control panels for arcade been shipped? They have not. We're shipping. There's 666 of them. We hope to have them out. Worst case, the end of this week, they should all be shipped because we're also shipping out the Akari Warrior stick. So we're shipping them out as fast as we can. But if you haven't got it yet or got your confirmation, it should be coming. If you don't get it by like Tuesday or Wednesday, at least the confirmation, definitely hit us up at thunderstickstudios.com for an email. There was one other question from a Mobile Mutant. Hey, Glenn, would the GRS trackball be recognized by the Switch? Thanks. Look, I assume he's talking about the Nintendo Switch, potentially.
I guess, yeah.
It's USB, and again, it's up to the game. If you're talking about plug it into the Nintendo Switch, if the game
Might
supports
not
a
be direct
mouse,
support.
if it supports a mouse,
The
perhaps.
likelihood is no.
I would say
That's
it's a low probability, but in theory, it
yeah,
could
yeah.
work. But the application has to support it.
Well, they'd have to add the drivers or some kind of,
So I guess
support
so.
for it.
P Dubs is taking Janeway over Cisco. That's basically what it comes down to. P Dubs will take Janeway over Cisco.
Yeah.
See, P Dubs was bringing up. You remember Scott Beck of the Star Trek Enterprise? I actually enjoyed
Yeah, I
Enterprise.
liked Enterprise.
Not the first season was again tough to watch. P Dubs, but once they started getting to their
It was okay.
stride, it got good, and then they canceled it. Just when the show was getting good, they were doing the
Yeah, I
mirror
know, eh?
universe. They were doing all these little things with the the Badlands, I guess, or something like that, where they tried to attack Earth, and then they canceled, and they gave us the worst ending of any show ever. Enterprise had the
Oh, yeah,
worst.
that ended so bad, it wasn't even I didn't even know what was going on in the last season,
It
or
was so bad.
the last half of the last season. I was confused as all hell. I was like, "What am I watching? Is it the same show?" Like, I had to question if I was
Yep.
watching the same show. I
Yep.
was like, what?"
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
But you know what? The first season and second, I thought were so much potential.
Well, first of all, T'Pau was in it, so how bad could it be?
Yeah, T'Pau.
T'Pau.
Or yeah,
T'Pau.
I
Wow.
forget
Wow.
what it is. I like Voyager for 7 of 9, that wasn't
Well, she.
bad.
I liked her too, but she also
But
became
she
like
went in Picard too, didn't she? She showed
yeah,
up in
and
Picard later on, I think.
she became lesbian.
Oh,
She became lesbian. So she was all into Chakotay, and I guess he turned her lesbian.
I
Just
guess
saying.
Chakotay has that effect on
I
people,
guess.
I guess.
It
Who
was
knows?
brought to my attention. I missed another question here from David H. Hi, Glenn. I've been eagerly waiting to see someone demo your Akari stick in the Arcade Legends Ultimate. Any update on that from your end? So it does work in the Legends Ultimate series. However, it only works with the add-on X or the coin-op X. It doesn't work on the actual machine. But I was with Glenn Baisley. I'm not sure if he's in the chat tonight, but was at his house and we plugged into his Puck and his Legends machines, and the stick does work, but it has to be the add-on X or the coin-up X. But it will work on those. So thank you for the question.
Oh, have you been watching Overlord DVD lately?
Yes. Why?
Oh, the dude's got all kinds of news on Disney freaking right out and stuff.
Well, they should be.
It's
Well,
like watching a big
okay.
dumpster fire.
Yeah, and what dumpster fire are we talking about, Steven? What would be
Oh,
the
there's all
dumpster
kinds
fire?
of dumpster fire. Oh, dude, pick one.
The Marvels. Let's talk
Excuse
about the
me, but
Marvels.
I haven't seen it, but you know what? I'll
You
tell
don't
you
need
what
to
I've
see it.
heard. No, I've heard. This is what I've heard. I won't say I saw it. I didn't see it, but I have some friends that posted on my Facebook feed, not to me directly, but some of them loved it. Some of them liked it,
But then
and some of
drugs.
them I don't know. It's an opinion, right? It's like a you know what, and everybody's got one. So
Well, it sounds like their
in
opinions
that
coming out of the you know what.
maybe I don't know. So some of them liked it, some of them didn't. Some of them are on the fence, but but a lot of people said, "Was this movie necessary?" And they all went, "No."
No.
They were like, "Why does this exist? Like, even why is this in production? Why is
No,
it?"
a typical cash grab. I mean, first of all, the first one made $1 billion. I get it, Captain
I think
Marvel.
they hit a point of no return, Glenn. I think what happened
Well,
is when all this woke stuff was starting to show its true colors
well,
of not making money, they probably were so far into the project they went, "Oh,
no,
we might as well just
no,
release it."
the people in charge are just idiots. When the first Captain Marvel came out, it was in between Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame.
I
That's
didn't
when it
mind the Captain Marvel that much.
It also
That
wasn't that
movie.
good. It
It wasn't great. It was okay.
dragged on, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
and this was made, and it was in hell too. It was in production hell. They changed the story like more times than I have fingers and toes,
Mhm.
and this is paying the price now. I'm sorry, they're paying the price for.
Oh, don't be sorry because they deserve to dig their own grave.
No, they dug it.
They dug
Disney
their
dug it.
grave, man. They dug their grave themselves, and they hired people that were trying to be so inclusive that it almost bankrupted them, probably.
Yeah,
So in the sense that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for empowerment. I'm all for having movies for my daughter to watch and all that stuff, but make it make sense. Like, make it worth it, make it valuable, make it, you know, like a lot of people are realizing what we've been talking about. Don't mess with the IPs that exist already. Go write your
that
own.
was first of all, that's the biggest
And a
problem.
lot of
So that's bigger
people, a
than
lot of
Disney.
people,
That's bigger than Disney. Don't
it's like,
effing touch an IP and subvert our expectations. Because you're not going to subvert our expectations. We're going to go see it and be pissed and come away from it and like you destroyed Luke,
well,
Indiana
think about it.
Jones.
Just take Snow White for example. That was I think the first animated film from Disney.
Correct.
First one.
Correct.
So many years have gone by of people understanding what Snow White really is. I'm not a fan, but you get it. It's been in culture for so many
Yes.
years, and then
Yes.
you go and take the carpet from underneath them, and then you get this little 20-year-old girl that says, we don't need no man, we don't need
And that's
whatever, and
right.
blah
And
blah 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 blah,
I don't
and
like
she
the
ran her mouth.
characters. I don't like the story. He was like
Well, go write
stalking
something
her.
else.
She had no business being in the
Go
film.
go write Snow Brown instead of Snow White. Go write Snow Brown. It's like fuck.
So also real
To
quick,
me, it's like, ugh.
I see Rexer joined. Rexer actually posted a video, I think today, going over the GRS Akari stick and using it on RetroPie. So if anyone wants to take a look at that, Rexer did post a video today. He found some, I don't want to say issues, but he found some things you have to be careful of when you're setting up the Akari stick in RetroPie because the way it stores config files. But that might be good taking a look at today. But yeah, you don't make a film of Snow White and first you take all the dwarfs. It was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and you
The
take away all the
7 grown-ups.
dwarfs. Yeah,
What it
seven
was.
grown-ups. There were 7 mystical creatures, which we get the hell out of here with that.
And then
And
they
then
released, last week, the CGI uh characters. Did you see that?
I did no, because I have
So
no interest.
oh
This
no
is
no,
much
but
interest
read
I
up.
had. None.
Not me neither. But basically, it showed up on Overlord DVDs thing, and basically, it's Snow White, the girl that was supposed to, and then it was a bunch of CGI dwarfs. It's almost like they did a 180, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what they're thinking over there. Honestly, I really don't. They're drinking the Kool Aid over there or something.
Oh, I'm
You
gonna
know.
stop something real quick. Jen did make it. Everyone, please wish
Oh, happy
Jen
birthday,
a happy
Jen!
birthday to
Again.
Jen. It's her birthday. Why the show became a whatever it is
a,
right
a
now.
mystery of not happening because you called me and that's Jen's birthday and I'm like yeah go take care of Jen and da 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 and and people are texting me, hey, Glenn's on right now. I was like, what the hell?
Yep, yep, yep. I totally
You
dissed you.
did try to contact me. I
I
must
did.
that
In
was
all
that was good, but I
fairness,
was like, but I was like, yeah, go. So everybody wish her a happy birthday. She's I think 50, no, 49.
24,
Oh, okay, sorry,
24.
24. Okay,
Yes,
sure.
24.
I forgot. We don't talk about women's age.
No, no. You always
24.
24. Yes.
Yeah.
Um.
Well,
So
you're going to prison if she's 24. So
no, she was 4 or
rock the
14.
cradle of
Yes. Yeah.
love.
That's all right.
Rock the cradle of love.
I'm trying to think what else. What else transpired this week in TV? The Crown came out, and I know that's not like a big thing for us, but I enjoy watching The Crown. And was it the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth season of The Crown? I guess the final or sixth season,
You
whatever.
watch that? I
It's
watched
actually
Quantum Leap. It's actually good.
it's like well, The Crown is actually pretty good too. So there,
So yeah,
I'm
no, it's
digging The Crown.
Quantum Leap. The new one is actually quite good.
I thought
So
they
I've been
canceled
watching
it
that.
like twice. It's not canceled.
No, no, it's still going. I guess it was the writer's strike that stalled everything. I guess. Uh,
Oh, Steven, Steven, you're the doghouse, by the way.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the chat going, thanks, guys. So she's 24. Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
24. So what else
Or
have I been
old
watching?
enough. How about
Oh,
we just say old enough for Glenn?
American
Not to
Horror
go to jail.
Story. I finished
I don't watch that.
season
I'm gonna have to see if
7.
my wife wants to watch that because all the TV shows, it's a me and my wife time. I
Okay.
don't watch too many TV shows outside of me and her, right? So we watch stuff together and spend the time together. She's pretty open to watching whatever. I don't know about the horror thing, but we'll see.
Well, American Horror
See what happens.
Story, I mean, it's pretty bloody. I mean, it's they go right for the blood, and you see lots of
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah. There's I could take. You see, me, I'm doing this a lot. I'm like, is it done? Is that part done?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do
You're
that a lot.
squeamish like that? Oh, really?
No, no. But this show has just so much of it. You actually were like, the actors are really good. So when they're
Okay.
doing stuff, you're like, oh, whoa, I cannot. No.
It's
But
more than you can handle, I guess.
but after 7 seasons of it, now it's just like, okay,
You're numb.
yeah,
You're numb.
they numb me to it.
Oh, they just lopped the dude's head off. No
Yep.
problem. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that happens like every 5 minutes. Someone's holding someone's Medusa head up. Here you go.
Oh, really? I'll have to watch that. What else did that's on our little watch list? So Oppenheimer's coming out digital.
Yep, that should be out
So
soon.
get to watch that.
I heard
So
again.
and
I heard
then
it was okay, then boring, and then good.
my son saw it.
What do you think?
I don't know. I
It's
haven't.
3 hours.
Oh, is it 3 hours?
3
Really?
hours. First hour is okay. Second one is kind of and the last is good. So that's what I hear.
Go to
Or
Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom is actually coming out on digital, which
okay.
is the one that got all the controversy for the child trafficking and all that stuff, and that's coming out digital, so the rest of us at home can watch it because they didn't bring it to the theater here.
Right.
So I don't know. I haven't seen it, not judging it, but eventually we'll watch it. So it's so yeah. Other than that, last couple weeks ago, I forgot. I don't know if we mentioned it on the show or not, but new RoboCop game came out for new consoles, PC, and all that stuff. So that's kind of retro from, and it's actually Peter Weller does the voice in the game.
Okay. Okay.
And you literally walk around like a robot tank, and you don't die. It's a first-person shooter, and it behaves just like the real thing. You have the unlimited bullet gun that he has, and he blows guys' heads off, and it's gruesome, just like the show, and the whole 9 yards. So if you're a fan, it's a riot. If you're not a fan, some of the newer folks don't like it, or whatever, newer gamers we'll call them. But I'm excited. I'm excited. It's RoboCop.
Right.
I'm a big RoboCop fan.
I
I don't know how
am
many people in the chat are
too.
RoboCop fans.
The first film is still the best of the series.
The first and second one were decent, in my opinion.
The second
After the third one, it was like,
I never watched the TV series. I heard the TV series
in Toronto.
was
it's all filmed in Toronto.
That's what explains
it. I haven't watched it because what happened is they took it off the air in other regions at the time. So yes, the soundtrack is really good. Hobby Hands, by the way, for RoboCop theme song is pretty good. But the television series, you heard it was good? I haven't watched it.
I heard it was good. Real quick, I see Mystery Encoder. We're always welcome, Mystery Encoder. He's here. And he says, "Hey, Glenn, Jira's deck for the arcade looks great from what I've seen. Hope you're having a good start of the weekends." So far, I mean, the show's been pandemonium tonight, but yes. And yes, and I do have the Viper here. Now, on the TV set, it's a really crappy, cheap, because it's me, HDMI encoder, which is why all the colors look off on the screen with the Viper.
I was gonna say, damn, dude.
Yeah, I got to reboot the machine like 3 times to get the color to come up right. But right now, this is running Battlesera 3.7. The team has already gone back. Again, we keep flipping coins. Battlesera 38. We've got some performance improvements in there. The GPU, we've increased the speed about 50% on the GPU. And
cool.
So there's a lot of changes that have made in there.
Cool. So when's that coming out?
I'm hoping December, January timeframe. It's really remember, hardware is done, but what's hardware without what?
Software.
Gotta have software. So we have the devs working on it, and they're small teams. You can't say, listen, we need it by this deadline. They work on it. We help them out. They help us out. And as soon as I get one of the, either it be Battlesera or Arcade.
Hopefully it's not in 12 months from now. But
no. It won't be anything like that. But I don't want to release it. I mean, right now it works. You can play games on there, but most people want to go.
Right.
Most people want to do they want to load a pack on there, but they want to put a bunch of games with all the nice artwork on there. Right now, you have to do this yourself.
So what's it running? RetroPie right now?
Right now, it's running Battlesera. So emulation stations on
a branch of RetroPie, or
it basically. But right now, you have to do it all by hand. Right, you can't just load an image and go.
Not an image, okay, yeah.
So we're trying to work. We're trying to work on that.
Cool.
So
what else was on the visual platter for the week?
There was a Hobby Hand says it was a cartoon RoboCop. I know it was a cartoon Rambo.
There was. Yeah, there was a cartoon RoboCop, and I'm not sure how well it did or anything, but I do remember it. Did I ever see it? Maybe as a kid. I don't know.
Toxin. I met him at the Game Expo out in Cincinnati. He was a very nice guy. He's saying Viper City. The Viper, I'm really hoping is going to, like I said, it's going to take off. Now, it's not going to compare to Raspberry Pi 5 because obviously the Raspberry 5 just came out and we've been developing this for a while. But for $40, you're going to be able to play a lot of things on there. And again, it'll be upgradable later on down the road. I'm assuming at some point we'll have the RK3588. But right now it's very expensive. So we're trying to keep these things inexpensive to sell to people. Let's see what we got here. What I miss? You missed everything, my friend.
Showed up.
you missed
3 minutes left, and you missed it all. I nearly missed it all, so don't feel bad.
I got to change the card now because now it is kicking old school. I made the card saying Q&A, but now it's a kicking old school episode. So I got to. What episode? What are we on anyway? Do you know? What is our
the actual number?
Yeah, I don't remember anymore.
We
got to be close to 80,
around 80 or something like that.
So we have a couple minutes left. Actually, 2 minutes left. Anyways, any question you want to ask either of us, hit us up right now. We'll try and answer before we end the show.
Let's see. According to your thing, 71 last week for Atari?
No,
that was 2 months ago. Hold on.
Okay, what are you looking up? Video Game Vegas. Is the Viper good for Lycon games? Absolutely. I've been playing Lycon games on it.
I got to go to the live stuff.
Got to go to live stuff. So absolutely, yes.
79. This is 80.
This is 80.
80.
Hey, 80.
Yeah.
Woo, 80.
Yeah. Last week was talking about flash carts last week.
Right.
And
So if you
we
want to play light gun
were
games, yes, the Viper will work with that. Stephen M is asking, before the show ends, just curious, but have you ever thought about bringing back the Game of the Week segment? You know what? I really did enjoy the Game of the Week when I was doing that before. Possibly. And for the 5 minutes that it is, it's actually a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting involved there, but I might. I did enjoy it, and people really did seem to like Game of the Week.
But you
Maybe I'll
got to
make
record B-roll, do a bit of
you
research, and blah
do.
blah
Maybe I'll
blah.
make it a game of the month versus week, just so I can kind of do that. But
Game of the month.
I appreciate you
Or,
enjoying
or
that
you know what?
series.
Or what we could do is we could throw it on here if you
We
guys
could. That's
want.
what
Or
basically that's what it was. It was for inside a show. But maybe I'll.
mm,
Thanks, Stephen M, for that. Enjoying that. Maybe I will bring that back. Start planning episode 100. We do start planning episode 100. We do.
yeah, since we're to 80, we got 20 to go.
And since we have
Well,
not
20 be
planned
in the
one
new year
episode yet,
sometime.
if we haven't planned one episode yet, maybe 100 should be the first one we plan, Stephen.
Yeah. We'll try to get. I've been trying to get Frank from Retro Rewind come back in December. So just stay tuned for that. He agreed to want to come back on the show. So if you guys remember Frank Lynn Harris, in December, he'd want to come on, and I think he talked about possible discount code for his store for the retro stuff and possibly a giveaway.
Right.
So
Right.
possibly, don't know yet.
Obsidian's asking me, Glenn, I want to put a game out playable on the arcade on the Viper. Where to reach out? Ping me at glensretroshow@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can get you in touch with the team. If you want to do some development on the Viper, we would absolutely love to have you working on it. So
The
just reach
extra
out
help.
to me, please, and we'll see if we can hook you up. Video Game Vegas and Mystery Encoder, thanks for the info. I've been interested in trying out the game called Carnival. That is a good game. You ever played Carnival,
That's a
Steven?
good. Oh yeah, that's a good. That's a really good light gun game.
It
You know
is.
what's not bad is Zombie Near. No, hold on. Wait, no. Hold on. It's a zombie game, light gun, not Zombie Near. Hold on. If you guys know what it is in the chat.
I still like the what was it? I think it was House of the Dead on the Wii, but it was House of the Dead like it was almost like X-rated. I mean, it was on the Wii, no less. It was pretty hardcore.
This was I forget what it's called. Maybe somebody in the chat will know what it is. It's basically zombies, and it was pixelated. It wasn't like House of the Dead, where the zombies were 3D. It was like a 2D zombie game. You start off in a graveyard.
It wasn't Sword of Sodan or something, was it?
No. It's zombie something. Hold on, Zombie Raid. That's what it is.
Zombie Raid.
Yeah. Try that. It's a fun game.
Okay.
It's almost like sprites, scaling sprites like Doom and stuff like that. But it's a shooter. Zombie Raid. That's what it is. Go check it out.
Just be fair. Mr. Encoder is saying he doesn't know if Carnival will run on my hardware, which is the RK3566. Maybe it will when we upgrade to 3588. Or again, it depends on the emulation core. If someone writes a really good core and optimizes it, maybe it will run. But we won't find out until I get my Battlestar 3.8 out or the R-Cade. The R-Cade, I think, is really going to be optimized for my GPU. So I think that's going to squeeze the most performance out of the Viper personally.
Yeah.
So any last questions? Okay, Steve, go ahead.
It is no. It's 9:02 there. I was just saying if we've got to pass it over to is Super Game Room dudes on now, or
we should, but I want to make sure we ask any questions what people are asking here.
I mean, we can keep going. I'll keep going.
Okay, Mystery. Hey, we're getting it right from Mystery Encoder himself. R-Cade or Arcade is a great distro, and I think so as well. It's very tightly optimized. They've been doing things with the lower end processors, running stuff that people say you really can't run, but it does and runs well. So it all depends on how well you code something.
Cool. What else we got in the chat? Takes all of 5 minutes to set up the Sinden light gun. I got 2 Sinden light guns in a box, and been trying to get it working on a Raspberry Pi, and couldn't get it going. But
I'm telling you,
our friend Mr. Wolf there, I forget his name there. His name's Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf Nose.
Yeah.
He was gonna help me. He was gonna
Well,
help me,
two
so
two
I
things.
still
Well, two separate things. You can load Batacera for the Raspberry Pi, Batacera 3.8. Send-ins are already set to go. It's plug
you
and
plug it
play.
in, that's it.
Plug in and play. It works. Or if you go on YouTube, you can just do a search on Raspberry Pi send-in gun. There's a gentleman who'll send you a link to a proper Pi build. Again, all set to go. It
You
literally
plug it
just
in, no calibration, no nothing.
well, you always have to calibrate anything, but that's bang, you're done. But it's just going to work, which is what you want. You want to put ROMs on and go. Those are the two you want to use.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out. I've been dying to get it going. So, and it's compatible with the Pi 4, I hope.
Yes, yes. There's Raspberry
Okay.
Pi 3 and 4 distro of Batacera, and
Okay.
also this Lycon one. I thought I might even have the name of it. Let me see. So many things here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do
Wow. The
do.
whole calibration, you hold the left D-pad down, then shoot the crosshair. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Good to know.
And I've
So I have
literally
a monitor
gone.
there, and I'll hook it up to it,
Well,
and
see how our
we'll
screen
see.
is here? We got 4 monitors on here, right?
Mhm.
I can go from me to the static screen to you to below with that Sinden gun. If I have like an HDMI splitter, I could do that
Yeah.
with Sinden. You can't do that with like gun IR because you have to have the infrared
No way.
sensor around the screens.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Batacera, yeah, just Batacera. If you go right to there, you can download it. But there is a Raspberry Pi 4 Sinden. Let me see. Do I have a link to it? I'm trying to see if I even have a link to it.
You can get me that after the show.
Well, I could put it in the chat
So
here. It's just a video. There's no reason why I can't post someone's video in the chat, right?
oh,
So,
yeah, I guess. As
so
long
if you
as YouTube
guys,
allows it.
yeah. So this right here, this link, if you go look at it, Raspberry Pi 4, just load the image on there, put your games on there, and your Sinden guns are going to work. Or just download Batacera 3.8, and all guns are set. Yeah, gun IR, they're all pre-configured. I think
Cool.
Batacera overall is a better build for light guns
It's
being
more
set up
plug and
already.
play, I guess, eh?
I think so, yeah. But this
Cool.
build here, did the video, yeah, the link should show up, right? There it is. It should pop up any second. Steven, just
Cool.
burn that. Just follow it, burn it, and you'll be playing Sinden in an
I'll
hour.
hit you up. I'll hit you up later if I get stuck or whatever.
All right. Final call. I said it already, but final call. Any questions, concerns?
You guys can ask me something.
Yeah.
I don't sell products like Glenn, but I might have something interesting to share, I guess. I don't know.
All right, we'll give another second here. And I want to thank you guys for joining this wackadoo episode.
Last minute, we'll call it.
Yeah, last minute episode. But listen, I'm still planning on doing a Black Friday show, Steven. You going to do a show next Friday, Black Friday show?
To me, in Canada, it's another Friday like any other. So
okay,
there's no Thanksgiving here, right? We already had our Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's right. That's right. So I'm still
There's
planning.
deals.
Yeah,
but
well,
I
that's
don't
what I'm thinking
know.
we could do. We can maybe go on
Talk
next
about
week.
the deals.
Talk about some
Yeah.
deals. Maybe some people in the
Yeah,
chat
the
can
only
tell us
one
some
I
deals.
could look at here, maybe Walmart. This is something we could talk about because tell me if I'm wrong here. Deals for Black Friday aren't as good as they used to be.
No,
They're like
not.
they're all like
Well, the reason being,
they're all like nasty bad. Like,
well, not only
I
that,
don't
but
know.
they start like now. I'm seeing Black Friday deals today. Well,
Yeah, we went to Best Buy, my wife and I, and there was stuff on sale, and you're like, and they weren't that good of prices out there. It was
not
like I
everything.
used to
No.
remember people lining up outside for like hard drives
Well,
for
that's what I need. I'm
$20 or
looking for.
whatever.
I want to get 2 20-terabyte hard drives. I need 2 of them because I use one as my primary and one I
Yeah, you won't get that
back
on
up.
Black Friday these days. Maybe back in the day you would have got a deal.
Well,
But
I'm hoping even 18. I'm looking for large because right now I got like 52 terabytes. It's lying all over the place. I want to try and consolidate them.
yeah, yeah. So basically, Hobby Hands was asking, what are we celebrating? We in November is Remembrance Day, which is Veterans Day for you guys. That's the only, I won't say holiday because it's not really a holiday per se for paying your respects
Right.
to the people that fought in the war. But our Thanksgiving's in October, while we get Thanksgiving and Halloween in the same month.
Okay.
So we get that, but in November it tends to have not much going on.
Okay.
Other than your odd, school day off for the kids and stuff like that. But in December at my house gets pretty little nutty because there's my birthday in there, my wife's birthday, and Christmas, and just after the New Year is my son's birthday. So
Christmas with the
we have a
cranks.
month of craziness kind of thing. So it's nuts.
Okay.
So,
Well, listen, I want
but
to
yeah,
thank everyone once again for joining tonight. It was kind of a
yes,
makeshift show,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
but we'll be back next
The
Friday. We are going to talk Black Friday deals, and we're hoping you guys can also say, "Hey,
yeah, it can help us out too.
good
Yeah,
deals here." We'll share them with everyone in the community, and
it
hopefully
might be
people can get
over
some
by the
deals.
evening, right? Like it might be by the time the evening shows up,
Maybe, maybe not.
store shelves are empty. Maybe not. I don't know. I
We'll see.
hope they're good. We'll see.
There'll be something. And again, they're already doing it now. But if we can help some people get some good deals,
Yeah,
why not?
exactly.
Why not?
There's Cyber Monday too or something or whatever,
Yeah, they
right?
do Cyber
Isn't
Monday.
there?
Yep, there is Cyber
Maybe
Monday.
that'll be, they try milking that whole holiday, I guess,
Yep.
for deals and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for coming out, guys.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We love you
And
guys. Go over to Super Game
so
Review.
when's your Thanksgiving? Sorry,
Mine.
when's the U.S. Thanksgiving? When is
Oh,
that?
this
This
Thursday.
weekend?
This coming Thursday. This coming
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
Well, happy
It'll be just
Thanksgiving to
just
the
Cole and
American
I.
folks.
Cole and I are just we're probably gonna go to Taco Bell. It's just me and Cole this year. So we're just gonna go maybe sit
What
down,
about
have
your
some.
brother? Is he gone or what?
He's volunteering. He's gonna go to like a soup kitchen and volunteer.
Oh, cool,
Yeah, so it's cool.
cool,
So I told Cole
cool.
we could do Taco Bell, we could do Burger King. You let me know. Let's let's go
Taco
let's go
Bell.
crazy for Thanksgiving this year. We just him and I this year. So
You'll be
we'll
paying
have some
for it
fun.
later with Taco Bell. It's
That's
the
what I'm
gift
looking
that
forward
keeps
to.
on giving.
That's right. That's right. All right, everyone, listen, have a great time. We'll see you guys next Friday. But in the meantime, make sure to tell your family and friends that you love them. Tomorrow is never promised. You never know. But between those times,
Game on.
game on, my friends. Have a good night. See you next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Boomstick.
Chicka boom.
Oh, and of course, my show didn't switch over. Why not? Here we go. Boom.
Bye.
Game on. Sit, Blue, sit.